Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Small on the south side as this is Turquoise Zhaotaintong. We got LucasRyuka. Small on the north side as the sort of dark yellow, but yellow. I don't know what type of yellow it is. Isabella, we have a foreign name. Isabella, of course, nerf from the cartridge counterparts. Standard boarding cost, 2 radius, 30, 60, 60. All that standard bar in the radius. All units get additional 20% offense, 10% defense. And additionally, for superpower, all units get additional 2 movement range, and indirect units get 1 additional maximum range. Zhaotaintong is a custom seal, give you a 90% rebate for our boarding costs. And no radius, no expansion, no energy, and it's just this, that's this whole gimmick. Just, you get a rebate on the unit. Effectively, to say you load up your CO into a tank, a very common unit you load up your unit into, rather than costing a grand total of 10,500, it only costs you 700 funds. So he doesn't really care what gets loaded up into. More aggressive seal units probably better. By the way, let's get started. This massive fog of war map with a large number of flares. The flares do not spot through hiding, but does provide you a decent amount of vision there. So you should, if you pay close attention, you should know where your opponent's units are, roughly. Granted, there's always some dead spots, and some hiding spots. Oh, Zhaotaintong, he loads up his seal unit in, He loads up his seal unit in the free bike, giving him a rebate to immediately go for bike and recon. I missed that part, oh. So, it looks like he's coming out strong. He is doing the ultimate recon rush. And Isabella goes for a tank on the side and does commit base skip. That tank is probably in range, right? Yep, looks like it's in range. She could CO it, but she's going... It will cost her half of her day-to-day funds. Then have to only go for 2 infantry units. Does get trapped there. Spots for the tank there. And the bike does get a good shot there, leading it down to 95% health. I don't know if the recon get enough to do 1 damage. Remember as well, ruins provide no defense stars. Gets a shot there. So the bike's very well wounded. The tank should be able to get a significant amount of damage onto it. It is a CO unit. And on top of 3 defense stars as well. And does notice that property is captured. Does not go to the CO unit. Oh, does go to the CO unit there. Just reaches around. Does spot. Does get in the way of the exit. How annoying. Recon stays alive and will be a decent, well, recon unit. Just put on top of forests or somewhere just a spot is always good. Radar station, of course, is a place to hide. Ignores the CO bike, trying to delay the use of it, because if he kills off, then he can immediately CO it. If he deletes it, he cannot immediately re-CO the tank there. So ignoring it is probably a good call, and now being annoying, does not lose his own bike unit. It's probably a good idea to continue ignore it. He can go around it with that current position. Got another tank deployed on the field. Good number of bikes over here. Very delayed advance here by Isabella on both sides, but she does have recon, which will just be provides good superiority in the region. Does get onto the miss on planes, which does hide ground units. Whoops, not benchmark. Something to go down there. I think it was his bike unit. Yep. The CO bike does go down. Can't load up another CO unit until next turn. We have a battlecopter. May just seal the battlecopter. Make it a 900 fund battlecopter. Does spot that unit there. It gets a good recon hit. As well as command tank heading down south. Does get a good shot there. Does not finish off. 3 health bike and merchant and 8 health bike to help capture some stuff. Right now it's 14,000 versus 12,000, so Isabella's behind. Here comes the CO, yep. And she does go for anti-air, very good. The airport sounds south on the right side, so it's better to go for the anti-air on that side. And now it's within vision with all of these flares. Tank, flare, and battlecopter. Get some good hits there. Artillery now eventually one. Now battlecopter here. And Zhaotaintong does not have AT on this flank there, so he's going to be very vulnerable to this battlecopter. This 1 health recon's getting pretty low in fuel. Hits a infantry unit there, and now hits a bike as well. Whoops. That was a zoom in. I try to go scroll up and down, but that doesn't work. Sorry, I just got a little bit curious if that would change the buttons. I don't think I ever really zoomed in and zoomed out on the map before, or maybe I just forgot about you can do that. ATR gets good striking the command copter, leaving it alive with 1 health is a good idea. Rocket deployed on the field, so he will not be OCO it, while along that battlecopter does not get shot down. Artillery anti-air, so the rocket will not get CO'd. Sacks it, of course, does not get CO'd. Does get the ATR eventually 1. And remember as well, missed on C does not hide air units. Wrong button. So that battlecopter is perfectly exposed. And the artillery does get struck twice. The other battlecopter over here, within vision range, thanks to the fire. Good shot there. Battlecopter in range of the tank, so he did just sack the tank there. Get a shot on the artillery. Actually going for the not comm tower, radar station. And go for multiple captures there, so go with the capture game. Another battlecopter, ATR heading over here. Isabella brings back her tank, so she maybe I can go this way now. A rock on top of a city. 71,000 field for 78. Battlecopter double tank. Lots of property captures. 17 versus 18. Good shot there. Saw that infantry unit there. Tank will get a good shot there on the artillery. Not to mention the anti-air nearby. Rocket in position to strike that anti-air. Gets the battlecopter there, hits the other battlecopter as well. Isabella took some pretty big losses on the left flank, 104 versus 66, so Isabella's getting pretty far behind. Trying to capture more properties. Does spot the anti-air, takes out the command tank, who's now at 34 energy. Flare does get fired there. Does spot the infantry units, capture those properties. The radar station will be captured next turn. Enters the range of the artillery and then hits the artillery. Hits the anti-air over here as well. South is getting some good hits there. Does not take out the anti-air. Did hardly any damage to that anti-air with a full health battlecopter, so I'm surprised about that. Interrupts the capture. Anti-air does take out the tank there. Command tank hits the regular tank. Good hits there. Picks off all those tanks there, giving her her superpower. Go for some more mobile units. Does get a good hit there on the battlecopter. Battlecopter, bike, and anti-air. I think as well with her superpower, this artillery can strike its own meteorite there, so hopefully she remembers actually to micro this vehicle to try to free itself. Well, if you can't destroy the meteorite in one shot, but can at least start making some progress there. A free turn of progress. As well, right now is 19,000 funds versus 18. Got one despicable neutral property here. Battlecopter becomes for a bit of a recon pass. Looks like she's not going to be popping a superpower, or she'll get 2 moves on those units. Artillery, yep, does go in that city there. That'll be a good spot for it. Brings back her tank and some other tanks there. Taking defensive position, trying to slow down this advance to stabilize this region. Another tank, A-tier, and a T-copter. Not sure what the T-copter is going to be primarily used for. Lots of hits there. This artillery could be spotted. Good progress there. Bike, tank, and battlecopter. Isabella's turn, and so it starts the turn for 80,000 versus 115. Looks like going to be no superpower this turn. A battlecopter ball needs to be summoned over here. Does find that unit there. Does go for a rocket. Get some good hits there. A lot of good hits there. Got a good core of tanks. Zhaotaintong's command takes push forward. Will spot the artillery piece, which could be struck. Yep. Bike, flare, and battlecopter. Got a mech on that side there. Does got that tank. Zhaotaintong's command tank does take a good hit there. Rotating this tank over here. A-tier trying to stick near. Another A-tier mech and battlecopter. Zhaotaintong does not lose his command tank there when hitting that A-tier. Or should it a more sturdy target? Battlecopter, A-tier, bike. We saw that unit there. Pops a superpower. Does 6 shots at that bike. Good hits there on these tanks. Takes at the medium tank. Rocket gets a good shot there. Mech gets a good shot there. Does strike the meteorite. Actually got a 40 down to 43 health. So if she gets another superpower, it will break itself free. And there may be a warrant to bring the artillery in to get in position to strike it. Zhaotaintong's tank does find the artillery piece, but does not go down, which means it's another turn where he can't reload CO unit. Battlecopter, bike, and A-tier. Good kills there, 12 energy. Got another A-tier. Now Isabella has a pretty good presence of the map. She can always sneak air units through the center C. Loses his command tank, finally. We'll go for some more expensive. He does have 20,000 funds. He could pull a bomber. I say, let's go for a tank, battlecopter, or and bike. I thought he would go for a war tank. Or just something expensive. Anti-air, mech, and battlecopter again. Does take a shot against that meteorite. Flare, and then command tank goes down. Rocket maximum efficiency. This flare is getting low on ammo, down to 1 shot. Flare, medium tank, battlecopter. Does pick off a battlecopter there. CO's a anti-air, gets a good strike there for 8 energy, hits the anti-air twice. Isabella's battlecopter has only 4 health right here, that's enough to absorb a shot and leave it exposed to a rocket. Good shot there on the anti-air. Another tank anti-air. Hits the one catching the radar station, hits it again and again. Oh, we do have a missile being pulled on the side without the airport. The missile knows that for knows where it's not. It's the infantry unit. It's the battlecopter and does spot the rocket. Take strikes the command anti-air. But the rocket is actually in range of anything other than the bike. It is in range of the flare, but it's near a spotter. Medium tank, medium tank. Good shots on that medium tank. It's Zhaotaintong's command tank there. Pulls back the anti-air. Does go for Duster. Shoots this tank up quite a bit. Hits the anti-air. Hits the mech. Medium tank hits a mech. Battlecopter does go down, hits the rocket, sees the missile, sees the artillery, sees the rocket. All those indirects got hit pretty hard there. We do have a Duster in range of this battlecopter. Probably should be a good engagement there. Missile takes out the 7 health. Yeah, 5 health missile takes out 7 health battlecopter. It's a good shot there, leaves down to 1% HP, hits the anti-air. And does fully surround the battlecopter and anti-air. Goes back to tank there. There's a lot of stuff just trapped there. Anti-air, tank, and a rocket now in range as well. Over here it got pretty stagnant. Rocket strikes the artillery, knocks one-shots it, interrupts the capture. This is the 1 health anti-air there, so there is a possibility to escape. Medium takes a range of the rocket, which is wounded. It's a rocket again for 1 more point of damage. Right now, Isabella just got enough energy. She may pop the superpower. Looks like she's not popping superpower. Takes out the battlecopter. Anti-air goes down. Hits the 1 health battlecopter with 5 health missile. Use a T-copter for blocking. Mech battlecopter. Anti-air, bike, and battlecopter. Still pulling back some units there. T-copter's getting pretty low on fuel, 39. It looks like she's overall pulling back, rearranging some units there. Strikes the meteorite in the center of the map. Battlecopter's rotating over here. Isabella has basically nothing. Duster can respond to it relatively quickly. Duster went pretty far up north. Got another missile. Looks like Isabella's going to be digging in. She does have her superpower available, which could give all of her interacts +1 range. And free this artillery from its prison. Rocket bike. And a lot of stuff that didn't get moved around that turn. One health bike straight forward and still a whole lot of nothing. And it looks like this artillery piece may be set free next turn. Though I don't know how much damage it's without a CO power. Anything takes out the bike, but that may be in range of the rocket. Yes, it is in range of the rocket. It was not good for South. E-tier battlecopter bike. $47 damage, so it will be enough to take it out. Battlecopter will strike the rocket, takes the rocket there with the E-tier. Duster does strike the battlecopter, those in range of the A-tier. And the artillery piece has been set free. Rig mech. Rig's ready to rig the game. Tank. That was a nice pick there. Picks up a medium tank. Hits, interrupts, does not interrupt the capture there. Picks off a unit over there. Capturing up a property. Duster hits battlecopter for some damage. Of course, this A-tier in the way from the other E-tier. Takes out a couple more units over there. Interrupts, or didn't necessarily interrupt the capture. E-tier, command E-tier, or A-tier pushing along the flank. Zhaotaintong command tank there. We got a mech. The AP Teacup only has 10 fuel remaining, but the rig is nearby. Straightforward. Clean up a good number of the outlying units there. Takes out the rocket as well. Kilo's making great, or Turco is making good progress down south. It's the E-tier as well. Battlecopter tank. Missile does fall back. Battlecopter staying in the region. Also have another mech. Anti-tank. Mech and battlecopter. Does hit the 4 health mech, hits the artillery piece. It takes out that mech, hits the mech. Making some good progress up north. Isabella's taking some pretty sizable hits. So it does a good number of battlecopters, but there's 2 E-tiers she has to knock out before they're going to be any effective. Pop superpower, the extra range is going to be very useful, not to mention CO zone global. The +1 indirect range allowed her to take on that medium tank, and the mech did manage to sprint forward. Helicopter spotting, goes straight for the rocket. Brings on another unit there. There's the bike there, leaving one ATR in the region, which actually will not be in the battle cops on the other side of these units. Getting some good kills over here. In range, the rocket. It looks like the T-Copter does get shot down. Luckily, it was not loaded with anything. Battle Copter goes down to E-Tier, a fresh one. E-Tier Duster Infantry. Battle Copter down south, hits that bike. Hits that E-Tier twice. Hits that E-Tier. And we'll finish off with Battle Copter. This other tank is currently hidden. Does take a good get a shot there. Good CO charge there. Already up to 34. Duster could try to finish off this one. 9% health, so probably not. And as well, this Duster is once again on Mist on Seas, but going high naval. So if I were to switch over to him, I suppose we can't really see from his perspective, but that thing should be revealed. Battlecopter anti-air infantry. Instrument of 8,000. Isabella has 126. Oh, something went down. The Duster went down. Did it just run out of fuel? Was it not paying attention to that? I think Duster may have ran out of fuel. Yep, I'm looking at my stream. It had 2 fuel remaining, so it ran out of fuel. Bomber and bike. Oh, we do have a bomber now going field. Of course, got a double bike and the battlecopter. In-tank just lurking in the woods. Flare infantry battlecopter. Bomber heading down south. 37 NG for Isabella. Missiles lurking in a hiding spot. Got another battlecopter E-tier in bike. Right now, Zhaotaintong does have 20,000 funds. Isabella has 18. Tank. Does look at the battlecopter there. Missiles getting low on ammo. It has 2 ammo remaining. Rig does deploy out temporary airport. It can always resupply that missile as well. Bike battlecopter. Missile. And that tank does get strike twice. Missile anti-air. Gonna flip a property there. Veteran missile advancing. Both these missiles are veterans. ATR does get a good strike on the artillery. Anti-tank push way forward on top of a city. On the choke point. It's the infantry unit there. And the bomber does nuke the central meteorite. Tank, bike, and battlecopter. Does get some good strikes in the center. And I've got another Zhaotaintong tank there. But I think for superpower she'll be able to range it. Yeah, but for superpower she can range it. Not to mention this missile will have 8 health. It will be able to take out this battlecopter right here. I've got a full fighter deployed by Teal. He's getting a little bit panicky with the need for anti-air. This may be a turn for superpower. Does take out the battlecopter there. Fires a flare afterward. Pops superpower. Does get trapped there. Does strike the command tank. Hits the battlecopter there. Guns it down. Bomber takes a Zhaotaintong's tank there. Probably should come for the anti-air or something of that sort. Well, at least it's surrounded, at least from this side. Battlecopter does make its way to his temporary airport, which does hide it. Bike, and battlecopter. Does see the fighter there, getting a pretty good rebate, 18,000 fun unit, which makes it, my offhand math is not great. 16,000 fun rebate? No. Yeah, close enough. Does go another duster and double anti-air. Going for a little bit too much anti-air, I think, at the moment. Takes out that unit there. Missile pushes way forward. And that bomber does need a bit of a resupply. The APC's over here, so he's going to have to destroy that one. Get over there. Though, he can always just fly towards the APC, or the rig, or just go back to the temporary port. Both are good possibilities. Does have vision of the fighter. That's a good shot there. Fighter strikes the bomber, but that the CO fighter will be going down. Bomber can simply fall back to the temporary airport. Duster does not get any damage onto the intake, only got 5% damage. Missile takes out the bomber, one shot, getting 10 energy. Does not take out the anti-air. Does take out that unit there. Bike trying to capture that city. And now Isabella does have 21,000 for 17,000. Battlecopter mech tank. Does get some good shots there. Hits the anti-tank. Medium tank. Takes out the duster there. At this point down, Zhaotaintong is starting to really lose grasp in the game. It's the CO medium tank. Does occupy the airport or put a battlecopter on top of it. It's a tank there, hits the artillery. It's the battlecopter. Some units being cleaned on up the right flank. This bomber's actually down to 1% HP, so it has basically nothing left. That's another unit there. Using the bomber as one last meat shield. Have to use a full anti-air turn to stop it. Or let it just run out of fuel in 2 turns. Tank, and battlecopter. Finish off a couple units there, takes out the bomber. Bike hits hit the bike, medium tank hits the medium tank or regular tank. And we've got units being transferred over, but overall, Isabella's just starting to run away. 81,000 versus 152. Gonna capture some cities now. 24 properties versus 15. Infantry, pike, and battlecopter. War tank. Gonna occupy the airport. Missile has still some ammo left to lock down the airport. It's the battle rocket quite nice on the left flank. Couple units being cleaned up over there now. A lot of units, I should say. Yep, the game's ultimately over. 4 units remaining, which includes the artillery in the corner. So Annihilation victory is actually going to be a little bit difficult. There's probably going to be a capture victory soon. I don't know what's the number for capture victory. It's probably imminent. Bomber, bike. Maybe a good idea just to load up the rig of the infantry to start going towards HQ just to end the game. Based on meteorite for 100 funds for the war room, right? Or was it 50? I can't remember. And yet this game's ultimately over. Or tank mech. Bomber, bike. Yeah, there's not much more I can say. This game is over. Rig, and resign? Nope. Yeah, I guess there's no... Is there a capture victory? I don't know where to look that up right here. Everything's occupied. Just leaving the HQ and the artillery in the corner. At this point in time, just resign. Nope, no resign. And there's a resign. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.